What is up, YouTube? So, I want to make a video about a mistake that's cost me $50,000 at 22 years old. And hopefully, anyone who watches this won't make the same mistake that I did, and they can make the right choices that will get them where they want to go. But just for a bit of context before I get into it. So, originally, I was working in the FIFO industry here in Australia, which, if you don't know what that is, it's the mining industry. And you basically, you fly out away from your hometown, you go to work for a few weeks, then you come back. So you obviously, good money, you get paid very well, but it's not a very good social or family life because you're away for a lot of the time. But in me doing that, I did it for 2 years, and that was from 20 to pretty much 22. And I managed to save just over $50,000 doing that. And the original plan was to buy a house and then just live in that house for a year, rent it out, and have it as an investment property, then, slowly build my wealth that way. And, for reasons that were a bit out of my control, I didn't manage to get to do that. And then I was like, fuck it, you know what? I still want to invest this money. I don't want to just sit on it. I don't want to just lose it. And I decided to take a bit of a risk, and I quit my job, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna build a business for myself. And that business originally was a marketing agency, so SMMA, which I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with the business model. And I did that for a year coming out of the FIFO industry, and I had a part-time job when I came back. But where I went wrong and where I made the mistake that actually cost me that $50,000 was using that money to buy comfort and not chase the opportunity with that money. And what I mean by that is I kind of got into my head that I didn't want to work a 9-to-5 job anymore, and I started to hate that process and that feeling of going to work and doing something that I didn't want to do. I just wanted to focus on my business and focus on that. And I decided to quit the part-time job that I got when I moved back to my hometown in Perth. And now that I think back on it, it was purely out of me not willing to be uncomfortable to get what I wanted. It was a decision that you make to get into a more comfortable position, which that's the mistake that a lot of guys make when they move into the online space. Like, if you want to build your own business, online business, whatever you want to do online, is that you seek the comfort of doing it. And that's probably the number one reason why I actually lost all of that money, and I'm pretty much back to being broke now. Like, I have just under $3,000 to my name. I don't have a stable source of income at the moment, and I pretty much use that money to live off, basically, which was a massive mistake. And a lot of people probably say, well, why don't you just get another job, blah, blah, blah. But see, the thing is, once you get into that zone where you're really comfortable, and it's like, you can do what you want, you can live your life, you don't have to go to a job you hate every day, and it's like, you can spend your money and you still have money there, and you're just very comfortable. You can do whatever you want. There's really no consequences. Like, you just get into this mindset where it's, like, you tell yourself to train one day, like go to the gym one day, and then you don't end up going to the gym. Or you say to yourself, okay, I'm going to go into this diet, I'm going to get into shape, and then you don't get into shape because you're going out on the weekend, spending money, you're just not really sticking to anything. And what I lost was the routine and the discipline of sticking to a routine, because I didn't have to anymore. Like, I had that money there that I could just spend. And in my head, it was a good thing because I was using it to build my future, when in reality, my brain was just using that as an excuse to stay comfortable and stay where I was. And ultimately, it's cost me pretty much all of that money now. And I'm back to square one at 22 years old, which, like, it's not a bad thing, but man, I could be a lot further ahead than what I am now if, I just decided to be disciplined and stay on track and not seek comfort. But in doing so, it's led me to a point where I've learnt a very valuable lesson, and that is your online business or whatever you're doing, like your business online, whatever it might be, it is a very, very real and transparent reflection of how far into your own self-development journey that you are. And what I mean by that is your business will operate at the level that you're operating at. So if you're not a disciplined individual, you can't stick to a routine, you can't you can't do things that you say you're going to do because you're too comfortable and you don't have enough of a reason to do that, then your business will suffer and it won't grow and you won't hit your goals. And I think the reason it's so hard to stick to that routine, for me personally, was one, I was too comfortable, but two, it's I could still do whatever I wanted to do because 50,000 is a lot of money, right? Especially for a 22-year-old. And I could do what I wanted with that money. And it's I can invest a bit, which I invested a little bit. I spent a lot of it. I moved out of home into a house with some of my mates. And then, that's living expenses, rent, food, all that shit. You've bought a new car. I definitely splashed out a lot more than probably what I should have. But at the same time, I don't regret the decisions that I made because I only regret not doing what I know now sooner, if that makes sense. But I don't regret learning and understanding that your self-discipline and your self-development is the key, it's the core, it's the vital, the heart of your business. And if that's not in check, then everything around that, it just falls to shit and you can't progress at a good rate of growth anymore. And I mean, where you find that growth is in that discomfort of seeking out that discomfort and that pain of growth. For me, it's I've been putting off posting content for a while just because, everyone has that fear of judgment from other people, or they don't like how they look on camera and, all that kind of stuff. And it's just dawned on me that I can keep making those same decisions to stay comfortable, or I can actually make a change here now and actually, make this video, edit it, or it's not really doesn't need editing, and then post it at the same time. And it's that is a lot of action to take towards a step, towards a goal. And sometimes all it takes is just for you to take that first step, to back yourself and be courageous in the face of fear when it comes to posting content online and building your own brand and etc. But yeah, I just wanted to say that was a $50,000 mistake that I have learnt at 22, and that's seeking comfort, not growth. So my advice to anyone watching this, if you're in the similar position I was, do the thing that is the most painful for you in terms of development, not actually putting yourself through physical pain, but in terms of mindset. What are you really scared of doing, but will help you get to your goal? Then just fuck everything else and just focus on that one thing and just get it done. And don't procrastinate on it. Just do it. For me, I'm just going to film this and then I'm going to upload it straight away. I'm not going to film it. I'm not going to say, okay, I'll edit it tomorrow and then I'll upload it tomorrow, because that's where you procrastinate, and that's where it's you film it but you never post it, which I have done that before. So my advice, seek discomfort, don't seek comfort. Get uncomfortable and grow, and that's how you develop as a young man and as an individual and as a human as well. So yeah, I mean that's my advice. But yeah, I guess I wanted to make this channel anyway, just to document where I'm at now. I'm not where I want to be in life. I have a lot of goals, and I need to start taking more action on them. I need to get more uncomfortable with what I'm doing, which is posting content, this is a step towards that for me. This is my way of getting uncomfortable and committing to my goal and actually taking that first step, which at times is the most important step to take. So but yeah, I've decided to pretty much go all in on remote sales, so high ticket sales. I don't really have a lot of experience in it. I have a decent foundation, but I'm not making any money from it at the moment. I don't have an income. I pretty much have $3,000 to live off, and there's no way that I want to get another job because, like I said before, I can't picture myself working a 9 to 5 anymore. Like, I've totally disassociated myself from doing that, and I mean, it's just not an option for me. So it's come to the stage where it's like, okay, I have this goal, I want to achieve it, but what am I actually doing to make that goal happen? It's like, I could be doing a lot more, which is, part of the reason I want to make this video and this channel. And yeah, I'm going to document everything that I'm doing to get from where I am now, $3,000, to in a year's time. And I want to have 100,000 in the bank in a year's time. I want to build my own personal brand, and I want to get really good at the sales space and the sales skills, and also build a really good network of people in that space. So I always have offers on the table, and I can build really good relationships with people, and I always have an option to make money if I ever need it, and I don't really need to rely on getting a job or getting certificates or qualifications for the rest of my life. But yeah, this is pretty much just me taking action on that goal, and in a year's time I know for a fact that it will pay off. And yeah, I just want to make the video to document the journey and actually commit to it properly this time. So yeah, stick around.